assignment, but they get him on the ground at the 20. On the run, it's Hawkins. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27. It has been a rocky ride through Big Ten play so far, and they're running out of time to turn it around.
Yeah, and sometimes the Big Ten will do that to you, right? It's a competitive conference. There's a lot of competitive environments that you have to step into, and they haven't been great this season, let's be honest. But, Jesse, I'm more interested to see how they finish off the last part of this season, because it's one thing to have expectations and to get down. It's another thing to quit.
Yeah, you just want to see how resilient they are too, David, because the coach, he's been saying the right things after taking all these losses at the podium after games. We got guys hurt. We got young players. We're inexperienced. We're learning how to win. But, you know, you're running out of time for excuses. You've now got to turn the page. You've got to show up. You've got to put a complete game together and get it done.
He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Trying to keep this drive alive. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Yeah, I like it. I like the confidence of the coaches. When you're an offensive coach, you got to be aggressive nowadays. And going for it in your own territory, it used to be, no, you can't do that. Now, everybody's like, you know what? Analytically, that makes sense.
And the Cowboys will snap it on 1st and 10. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Looking downfield on 1st down. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Makes the catch. It's Barnes. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Quickly complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. You better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Throws for the tight end. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. The run inside. It's Edwards. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line. This time he wants to throw. Finds his man. It's Edwards.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
Escapes the pressure going right. Throwing on the run. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
And the Spartans will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And they can't get on top of it to down it, so that ball will come out to the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got a man. It's Barnes. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Two running backs alongside the quarterback. On the delay, it's Hawkins. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
And you can see why it's so tricky for a defense to have to stop these draw plays. Everything the offense is doing is telling you pass. The quarterback, the offensive line, the running backs delaying. You've taken your deep drop in coverage, and now you've got to rally and find the football and do it, trying to avoid these big 300-pound bodies running at you full speed. Not an enviable task.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
And this offense chooses to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed. Now, early in the game, a chance to create momentum to swing back to the other side of the football field.
They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a 1st down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Caught behind the line. It's McCray. He'll step out of bounds right at the 27. That's the end of the quarter, and Michigan State has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. The Spartans with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down.
Here we go. Ready. Where did he go?
2nd down, he'll throw it. Stepping to the right. He'll get rid of it. Complete in the middle. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Going to the run, it's Edwards. Touchdown, Spartan! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. He'll bring it out. It's Coleman. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Cowboys offense heads onto the field to start this drive. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Back to pass. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Third down play from the gun. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock it free.
Quarterbacks have got to do a great job keeping two hands on the football, especially in passing situations like that, because you know defenders are swatting at...
And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
And you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited, get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Coleman. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. The Cowboys want to pick up the tempo. Second down, they'll go to the air. Now adjusting. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And watching this offense the past couple weeks, man, everything's hard. And they got to find a way to get some easier routes, some quicker throws, some higher percentage things because they're just not hitting at a high clip. And they got to find a way to make things easier and alleviate some pressure off their quarterback.
Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick in his hands and a chance for one of his patented big plays, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down. Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth down. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Bought a little time, lets it go. At the 35, he's open. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
He'll be stopped after picking up 5, and boy, did he lower those pads and keep those feet moving. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. And they can't make the connection on third down.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their cover.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the fourth down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Let it go!
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Really good job by the defense seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Ready? Let's go!
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Converts on 4th down. Still going. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. And the Spartans have it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready?
Motion from the back.
Ready to go!
Wants to keep it in the air. Finds his man. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down.
Ready, go!
Back to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did.
Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but now they've got it at the 15-yard line. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. He'll start this drive firing. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
The quarterback's lucky on that play because when you miss slant throws behind, if the defense is in zone coverage, there might be a defender standing right there willing to take that ball and return it for a touchdown.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Got his man. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they've kick-started this drive with that one.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard, and now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this first half closes out.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Throws for the tight end. And he got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
Great job on the back end in coverage. DB staying in the hip pocket of the target and was able to swat that ball away.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He'll try to do it himself. Excellent pursuit by this defense as he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
There was just nowhere to go with the football for the quarterback throwing it, so he tried to create.
But look at this. They're not setting up to punt. They're going to try to cut into this lead, and this is a huge risk late in the half. He's going for a big play downfield. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
Man, your goal of the defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on 4th down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
Well, they're trying to go toss on this play, but defense just wins at the point of attack. They're able to defeat the blocks and get the ball carrier down behind the line of scrimmage.
Caught in the backfield, it's Edwards. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. The Spartans want to crank the tempo. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Sparty. Ball into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
Coming out with it, it's Coleman. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hawkins. Doesn't find any room whatsoever here late in the half. We are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. We begin with Texas Tech taking on the Colorado Buffaloes.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times, those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times, good things happen.
Interception. That's number 17 on the year. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37. This offense has it with really good field position. Running inside, it's Edwards. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Open on the right side, that's Smith. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
And I'm not surprised by this QB, man. He's picking up where he left off, right? They've built a cushion, built a lead, struggling to stop the passing game, keep pushing the ball down the field. He's making the right reads, and this offense is in a groove.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Quick release on the RPO. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up 1st and goal. And the Spartans will hustle to the line. With the run on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan State.
And if you're the head coach, you are absolutely loving this. You're up big on the scoreboard because your defense keeps getting takeaways, and on offense, in sudden change situations, you're turning it into touchdowns. That right there, phenomenal job. Great decision by the quarterback. He finds his open man. They connect. Everything going their way, baby.
And I love when they stay aggressive after a turnover. That is the #1 thing we're always yelling in the huddle as a defense. Sudden change, sudden change. They want to capitalize on the momentum, and they did. They stayed aggressive, continuing to add to this lead, doing what they want when they want.
The Cowboys come out to get this drive started. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Motion from the wideout. They'll go to the counter. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. And the Cowboys getting set on 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got a man. It's Hawkins. At the 45 on his way. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
I think the biggest issue in the passing game for this offense has been accuracy, right? The last time this guy took the field, he completed less than 50% of his throws, and you're seeing that again in this game. Just hasn't been able to put the ball where he wants it to go.
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. A strike downfield. He goes down immediately, but boy, he knew where he was on the field, just enough to pick up the 1st down. The Cowboys go back to work after moving the chains through the air. We've reached a break, and Michigan State has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes.
Caught, and he's got room. Brought down at the 10-yard line, and a nifty pickup after the grab on that one. And the Cowboys will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the...
Trying to rumble in. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. Makes the grab on the left. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, and it's 4th down. Obviously, I think this is go time. I mean, you're down by multiple possessions. You need a touchdown. This is a short yardage opportunity. You got to go get 6 on the board.
A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. Pistols firing, touchdown Cowboys. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. They get the extra point on the board, but they're still down 35-7. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Fielded in the end zone. It's Brenson. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Michigan State's offense heads out, ready to go to work. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And now on second down for this offense. They want to run this quarterback. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. And that won't quite be enough for the first down as he's knocked down just short of the sticks. On fourth down, going to the air. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. The Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Right back to the well. Tripped up for the tackle.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
Unloads to the right. Lost the defense. He's wide open. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. He was really beating himself up over that interception and that loss last week. I know he's thrown a pick in this one, but he's looked much more certain.
And what you ask quarterbacks to do nowadays and how much you put on their plate, one mistake is okay. Those usually aren't the ones that are going to kill you. So one mistake, back-to-back weeks, that's fine. You just can't make multiple. But the team's winning this week, which is the most important stat that he cares about.
Picked up 4 yards, now looking at 3rd and 6. They're trying to eat up some clock here. 9th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 6. Back to the ground with the running back. They're going to try to really stick it to him and rub it in with another score here. They make the stop and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win.